Hello, everyone. I'm back. It has been, let me make sure I can see the chat up. It has been a busy day. I've done a lot of live streams, but my KnitCrate March subscription package just arrived this afternoon, and I really didn't want to wait until tomorrow to open it up because I know that a lot of you are wanting to know what is in the March package. What I have here is the KnitCrate membership subscription. It is the flagship package that has their hand-dyed in-house yarns and retails for $24.99 a month. This includes shipping, including international. So everyone getting this will get the same price. I mean, exchange rates do apply, your exchange rates do apply and stuff, but they don't charge more for shipping, whether you live in the US or you live in Australia. So anyone can get their hands on the KnitCrate. Now, the other awesome thing is that if you're signing up for your first KnitCrate, and when you check out, use the code ChemKnits20 to get 20% off your order. So, it's like they sent me these so I could share them with you and gave me a little something extra to give you so that way you could get your subscriptions at a discount. And I'm going to post this. Oops, that is not what I wanted to post. I almost posted the stream key. I'm going to post this in the video chat as well. Now, something else is special about today in that live chat replay should be available on this video. So if you're watching the replay, you should be able to see the chat as it's happening. Fingers crossed that works out. You feel like you spent the whole day with me? Yeah. It's been a fun day. I've been unraveling yarns that I dyed from other live streams. But there's nothing like getting a yarn subscription in the mail because even if you see the spoilers, each month there are multiple colors that you could get in your package. They all have the same yarn base, but even if you see the spoilers, you don't know quite what you're going to get. And if you place an order in March, as long as the subscription is available, you will get exactly what I have in this package today with the KnitCrate membership subscription. So it should be fun. Oh, good, you got the notification. Does anyone else feel like a member of the Brown family? Aw. All right, well, let's open this up and see what I got in the March package. So last month we got was it worsted weight or was it thicker? We got a worsted weight silk alpaca merino blend that was gorgeous. And okay, I'm really excited. So I saw some of the spoilers, so I knew the color options. And knowing me, I had my fingers crossed that I would get, there were two colors that I really liked, but do they know me or what? I got the purple. So this is Euro yarn by KnitCrate. This is the color lavender. Oh, that's cute. It's 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 10% stellina. And this is a fingering weight yarn. Let's open up one of these skeins so that way we can get a better sense of the colorway. Ooh, so the yarn is soft. It's maybe not quite as soft as Stroll, but I think that it'll bloom a bit with use and could be really, really cozy. So this is a fingering weight yarn, and it is also a sock yarn. So I'm wondering if the patterns that are included in this package will be related to socks. But before I dig into what else is in the box, with the $24.99 KnitCrate subscription, you will always get at least 2 skeins of yarn, and you'll also get 2 patterns, one knitting pattern and one crochet pattern that you can use. You'll have enough yarn to make those patterns. I believe that sometimes they might send more skeins of yarn because you'll always get enough yarn to make one of the 2 patterns, not both. The other things that you have will be some exclusive discounts, and you will get, when you have a KnitCrate membership subscription to any of the subscription packages, you get some discounts on the member store, or they call it Member Central, through the website. And I logged in and looked at the yarns in Member Central from last month. So not logged into Member Central, you could buy additional skeins of the yarn from last month for $24 each, which if you consider that you received 2 skeins in your package for $25, that's a really good deal. If you wanted a different colorway or you wanted more of the colorway you received in the Member Central, you could have purchased more skeins of that yarn for $18. So that's a $6 discount. And yeah, I guess that's about a 25% discount. Exactly. So I didn't see any yarns in Member Central for this month yet, but I think that they haven't even released spoilers for all the packages yet. But for people who are waiting for the sock crate membership, where you get, I think in that one you just get 100 grams of sock yarn, and that might be the in-house indie dyed, hand-dyed sock yarn. There's another sock crate. I think there's, let me check. There's 2 different, let's go to the monthly crates. Okay, so every month there's a few different options. There's the KnitCrate membership, which is what I'm opening up tonight. There's the Artisan Crate, which features an independent dyer every month. And you will always get, I forget how much yarn, but you get yarn, 2 patterns, 2 knitting patterns, 1 beginner and 1 advanced, and you get some fun extra in the Artisan Crate. And so that features a different independent dyer every month, which I think is really cool. There's 2 different sock clubs. There's Sock Crate, which is $23.99 a month, and you get an indie dyer skein of yarn versus one of their in-house dyers. So the dyer in the Sock Crate varies every month. Alternatively, for $19.95 a month, you could get the Knitology Sock Yarn Club, which also features their in-house brand and in-house dyers. So it's just the main difference is whether you are getting a different dyer featured every month. But I did check earlier today, and there are slots for all those clubs available. Since they contacted me in the middle of February, I didn't get my first package until the end, and so there were no slots available for the sock crates, or the Artisan Crate. So I knew that people would be excited to hear that those are available right now. Yes, this matches my dress really, really nicely. So international orders take 4 to 6 weeks to arrive. Yeah, so someone who ordered on February 20th when I posted my video just received the February crate today. But you will receive any of the March crates up through the end of March as long as they have availability. But yeah, so not only is this a purple sparkly skein of yarn that matches my dress perfectly, but it is also speckled. And the speckles look like, so it looks like there's navy and deep purple in here. And of course, I'm looking at this and thinking, ooh, I wonder what they used to dye it and to dye the color. I mean, I could figure out the yarn base because it's probably one of the yarn bases that KnitCrate offers through Dyer Supplier. But yeah, I think that this is really pretty and reminds me a lot. It bears a lot of similarity with one of my favorite skeins of yarn that I dyed myself. So I am really excited, and I keep getting distracted. I'm gonna put this on. Getting distracted, and so let's see what else is in the box. So we've got here butterfly boxes from KnitCrate. Share your talent with refugees arriving in the United States. Hats, scarves, washcloths, and toys all make a new house a home. Oh, cool. So, okay, so it looks like they're doing, they're soliciting knit items. So you can send this card in with, you know, completed hats, scarves, washcloths, back to, I guess the company's called Butterfly Boxes, and it has the address on here. And yeah, this is cool. So and then you can send this in, and then you put like your name and address. And I wonder if they might distribute different cards to different people, so that way like you send them to different items to different locations. But this wasn't something that was in last month's KnitCrate, and so this is cool. All right, let's see what else is in here. So here is the theme for the month. The theme for the month is sugar, sugar. And so Light like marzipan and fresh French macaroons, these fruity candy-colored tones are just what we need coming out of cold weather and headed into spring. And the thing that I like about this picture is clearly it's showing the way sugar sort of sparkles. And the other thing I love is that I have a speckled yarn, and we just did a live stream where we were speckling yarn using sugar sprinkles. So this sort of ties into what I do myself really nicely and is really, really fun. Okay, so on the back, it tells a little bit about the yarn. So this is 399 yards per the 100 grams. So I have about just shy of 800 yards total. And it tells me a little bit about the designers. Now, before I look at more of that information, let's see about our patterns. Okay, so we've got two. So it looks like the crochet design is a pair of socks. This is the pair of socks. It's called Nectarine. And it looks like a crocheted cable that's going through the socks. And the socks look like they are actually reasonably short, maybe like ankle socks. Now, I don't know how much yarn is required for a pair of crochet socks. I know in general crochet takes more yardage than knitting, but I'm curious to go see how much yarn is actually required to make these socks, or if there's some variation with height and whatnot, because, you know, I think 200 grams is a lot for two short pairs of socks. You ordered some low wool content sock yarn to see if you can start using more traditional yarn in the future. Oh, awesome! I hope that you have a good reaction to that yarn. Yeah, if you go and you look at, if you want some spoilers, in addition to this purple, I think that there's a pink, there's like a seafoam kind of green, and there's, well, is this I think there's more of a periwinkle blue. I can't tell, or, you know, maybe there's one that's pinker. There's like an orangey pink, there's a blue, and this might be the purple tone. So there's probably one that's a bit bluer than this one, even though on camera, this is looking rather blue to me. Actually, maybe this is no, sorry, there's a purpler one. This might be the bluish one, because there's one that has red specks that's pinker than this. And then maybe the other one is a peach. Okay, this might, I don't know if this will work. There you go. Can you see the colors? You don't get the spoiler of all the colors in the box, but yeah, so I guess this is the bluer one. The green one is cool. It looks like it has pink specks and blue specks, which I think looks really nice on sort of a green tone, but I'm really excited I got the purple one. It's the one I was hoping for. And so you don't get to indicate any color preferences when you are signing up for your KnitCrate subscriptions. You know, what you get is a total surprise, which is part of the fun because you don't know what you're going to get. And so then you can get really excited when you get your favorite color, or it's something that can sort of push you out of your comfort zone so you can try new colors that maybe you didn't before. And worst case scenario, you can give the yarn to someone else. But it's really soft, and so I'm very, very happy. Okay, so the other design is called Bloom, and it is a shawl or like a wrap. I wonder if it is rectangular. So this doesn't give too much information about the patterns besides giving you the picture. But both of these patterns are included in the kit. So when you pay the $24.99, you get 2 skeins of yarn, 2 patterns, and the shipping is included. And so that's how they get to the $63 value, because retail they charge $24 a skein of yarn, which is a very reasonable price for hand-dyed yarn. I would actually, for yarn that I'm dyeing myself, I might charge a little more than that. So $24 is very reasonable for the yarns. And then they say that the retail value of each of the patterns is about $5 a pattern, which is also pretty reasonable, and I'm sure it's what the designers will sell it for on Ravelry or something. So this, Okay, so this has emails, and I can't show the back because it has the link to the patterns. And so then what I remember from last time is that I can import the patterns directly into my Ravelry account. So they're in my Ravelry library, so at any time I want to download them, I can. They're there. If you don't have a Ravelry account, you can download the patterns directly to your computer. Either way, you do need to print them yourself. But I actually think that this is a benefit because otherwise, well, I love like Vogue knitting, but I have a stack of Vogue knitting magazines that's taking up space, and I've only knit a handful of the patterns from the magazine. So having the patterns be digital means that you can save onto them, and then when you actually want to make one, then you can print it out. And so especially since you have a choice between the two patterns. So Chelsea Burkumpus was the knit designer of the Bloom shawl pattern. And with the March crate, you get a coupon for 10% off her Ravelry shop. So if you wanted to buy any of her other designs, you could get them at a 10% discount. And then Brenda Anderson is the designer of the crochet socks. And she, the coupon from her is a buy one, get one pattern at her shop. So for any pattern, other pattern of hers that you want to buy, you can get one free. And there are codes on the back of the card, which is why I also learned that I can't show the back of the card. So that way you can use them if you want. If you like the designer and what they do, then you can learn some more about the designer. The card also has contact information for both of the designers in case you need some pattern support. And yeah, I think that's cool. But I'm actually going to log, last socks you crocheted used 90 grams of the main color and 75 grams for the heels, toes, and cuffs. Oh, so maybe socks do require a lot more. Yeah, I'm curious, and so I'm going to go and I'm now logging to port the patterns into Ravelry. And so that way, yeah, and it's just free. It's sort of, I don't even have to write a coupon code again. It sort of brings me to this like redeem a coupon code at Ravelry. And then I click redeem, and then it goes to my cart, and I click checkout now. And then the pattern is boom, it's in my library. So what's great about this is that I can access it later. And since it's in my Ravelry library, if I'm searching, sometimes since I have all these magazine subscriptions, sometimes I'm searching by yarn or by yardage for a project, and I choose to just search for free patterns or ones that are in my library. So I really like that this sort of adds stuff directly to my library. But I am curious about my notebook. Let's go to my library and see a little more about these patterns. So I thought about having screen share, which I would love to do, but I think that it would mean that I would have trouble, like I might accidentally show the codes. Oh, and those were worsted. So someone else says I can get 3 6-inch socks out of 100 grams skein of yarn. Is that crochet socks, Shy? So let's see. This says, okay, so this sock pattern only uses one of the skeins of yarn. If I go to the pattern page on Ravelry, Brenda Anderson, the designer, says that the yardage is 399 to 400 yards. And so, yeah, so you could make, with this amount of yarn, you could make 2 pairs of the socks. Or you can make 1 pair of socks and then have, a skein for something else. But I'm glad, because I thought with socks of this size, I know you can get slightly longer socks out of 100 grams when you're knitting. So I was just curious, but certainly we have enough yarn to complete the project. Now I'm curious about, okay, so the wrap, I don't think, it's definitely not rectangular. It's got a bit more of a shape, but it's also not a triangle. Because it's got some shaping to it. So it's sort of like, it's definitely wider at the back and shorter at the sides, but it is more of a stole, but it should actually, it looks like it drapes really nicely over the shoulders because there's some short rows to it. So this is something Now, personally, I guess if I was going to do one of the patterns, I would go for the shawl. I love lace work, but the nice thing about this yarn is so versatile. You could do so many different designs with this because, you know, the different colors are very subtle. Ooh, there's some purple specks in here too. So I saw blue, purple, and sort of almost a black navy. Very, very pretty. Oops, I can't see. Someone just told me it takes 1.5 times the amount of yarn to crochet socks over knit socks. That's helpful, and that's probably why these look like they're pretty short socks to me. And there's a phone going off, but it's not my phone, it's Keith's phone. My phone is on silent, so sorry about that, guys. I'm not gonna go and get it. But here's a close-up. Oh, cool, you can really see a close-up of the yarn. So you can see some of the hues. The purple specks, oh, maybe you didn't see any of the purple specks. So there's cooler tone blue specks, and then there's warmer purple in addition to sort of the navy in here, which is just really, really pretty. So I'm really, really excited by this one. Now, we were talking last time about the bubble mailer. I was really excited about the bright teal color, but we were a little perplexed that this is called KnitCrate and it arrived in a bag. I reached out to KnitCrate to ask them some of the questions we had last time, and they told me that they're actually working on redesigning their box. So I'm not sure how long it'll take for the new box to come out, but the bright teal bubble mailer is sort of a temporary step when they go to a box that apparently is going to be a similarly colored teal. And so that should give more of the unpackaging that people used to really like. Now, personally, it was still really exciting to see this bright teal mailer in the mailbox because I knew that's my yarn. And it's a similar reason why when I send yarn, I like to send it in a purple bag because you know, like the bright color is enough to make you excited right away. And so you know something special is in there. And let's see. Okay, I can't always see all comments at the time. Hey, yeah, at least it's not my alarm this time. So this yarn base is, they named this Sugared Sock. I guess that's the name of the collection this month. I mean, 70% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 10% stellina. So it has a very, very nice, the stellina is a silvery stellina. And so the shimmer is nice and very subtle. I don't know. Here we go. It looks like sugar sprinkles actually when you sort of like shimmer it like that. Yes, it's so gorgeous. I mean, I think actually all the colors are really pretty. For being a pale color, it doesn't really feel like a pastel. The color, for being a lighter color, does have, it doesn't feel weak. It has a richness to it. And so I really, really enjoy that. So there's some other benefits to signing up for KnitCrate. You get stash points every month. So it's sort of like, I think you get 1 point per dollar that you spend, and then you can use the stash points to redeem dollars off future, like your monthly subscription or, any, I guess, other things in the shop and stuff. But you get to choose, I guess, you can choose, once you save up your stash points, you can choose various coupons that you can use. So you can log in and cancel your subscription at any time. So if you really just want, just the March crate, you can sign up. They will ship the March crate, as soon as, I guess, after a reasonable processing time, I presume. But then after that's shipped, then if you only wanted the 1 month, you could go ahead and cancel. Otherwise, I think that they bill on the first of the month for the next month's subscription. And then they try to get everyone their packages by the 15th of March. And so today is the 6th. And so they shipped mine a couple days ago. I think it was shipping from Florida, and I live up in Massachusetts. So I received it today. But I mean, obviously, if you are an international customer, it'll take longer for you to get your yarn. But I did confirm with the company that international shipping is free, no exceptions on the KnitDifferent membership subscription KnitCrate options. if you're going to buy things from the KnitCrate shop, so extra yarn and things like that, you will have shipping fees. The free shipping is only for the subscription service. Yeah, the colors are gorgeous. And again, I think that it is awesome that I was a little concerned when I was looking last month and all of the sock crates were unavailable, because I know that a lot of people who knit a lot of socks really like sock yarn subscriptions. And in the sock, before I mangle what they are actually called. So in both the sock crate and the Knitology Sock Yarn Club, in both of those you will get fingering weight yarn that is appropriate for socks, along with, I think they both come with a pattern. So I don't know if for the Knitology Club if you get a pattern with it. That one I'm checking. You certainly with Sock Crate you always get a pattern. What's inside? So with the Knitology sock yarn, you get 1 skein of their hand-dyed premium sock yarn in the limited colorway. You get promo codes from the brand partners, the member shop, member central discounts, and you earn stash points. Okay, so the Knitology Sock Club does not come with a pattern. The Sock Crate does come with a pattern. And the Sock Crate and the Artisan Crate both feature a different independent dyer each month. Now, because I was a little curious, and then at the top of their website they have a indie dyer programs, I'm like, ooh, I'm a dyer. I want to learn more about this. And so the thing that I think is wonderful about KnitCrate is that, you know, when they're asking an indie dyer to make enough yarn for one of their subscription services, that's a lot of sort of upfront cost for an independent dyer. But KnitCrate will actually offer free yarn support. So they will send all of the yarn that the independent dyer needs to create, and I think that the independent dyer gets some choice over the different yarn bases as well. And so then they're paid per skein, but they don't have, their costs are limited to the dyes that they use and the time that they spend, versus having to also worry about the yarn base cost, which I think is really nice of KnitCrate. And then I think if you are an independent dyer and work with them, then you get wholesale prices on their yarns after the fact as well. And so I just think that it really seems like that they're trying to do a lot for the yarn dyeing, knitting community. You know, for designers, it is definitely a way to get your designs and your name out there, because if someone likes your design, like I know I'm more likely to go and look for patterns at designers I've used before and ones that I've specifically really liked. So I think that there's, I don't know, as a company, I'm really pleased with it. And I don't know if they'll ever send me the Artisan Crate. I would be, you know, curious to see a little more about the yarns that come in there. I don't know if there have been spoilers for that up yet, but yeah, I'm excited to see what I'll get next month. And hopefully they will be happy enough that they will want to send me more than 3 months of this, because I know I get really happy getting these packages. But again, do you guys have any questions? Because I can also reach out to the company if you have any questions and try to answer it in the comments after the fact. Because, you know, last month was literally the first time I ever opened the package. So I had a whole list of questions for them after the fact. But let's see. You ordered one near the end of February, so about 2 weeks ago. Sarah, where do you live? Oh, you ordered Sock Crate for the month. Okay, you were the one that wanted to try last month and it was sold out. Yay! It's nice that some spots opened up, because I guess they know that spots will open up because if people cancel their subscriptions during the month. But yeah, I guess I have no idea what the number is. And so I know that I don't have the capacity to ever do the indie dyer program, as, you know, tempting as that is. Since I don't run a shop, it doesn't really make sense, as I think that you get coupons from the dyer as well in, say, the Artisan Crate and the Sock Crate. So you can go to their shop and then check out what else they have to offer. which is, I think, another benefit of doing this. There's like a cross-promotional aspect to it as well. Oh, you live in Canada? So yeah, I think international shipping can take longer. So that's something. And yeah, someone said that it can take 4 weeks. Yeah, I don't know much about Canadian shipping, even though it did, when I personally shipped things to Canada, it did take a bit longer than it took within the US. But yeah, I'm so excited with this yarn. What do you guys think? Would you prefer to knit the socks or the wrap? I think this wrap actually looks really, really comfy. I didn't check and see how many yards of yarn it used. Okay, so it's probably expected to use almost all of the yarn. And it's knit seamless worked flat, bottom up. Okay, because I wasn't sure if it was like sideways or something. So if it's bottom up, then you do the lace first. So that way, if you start running out of yarn, you could modify it. I really, really like knitting lace. I like doing mystery lace projects and stuff too. But so I'm excited to have, 200 grams of a fingering weight yarn in one colorway, because we were talking about this before. Most of what I dye is 100 grams just because I'm doing demos and stuff. But I'm excited to have some more of this color of a colorway, and especially since I got my favorite color, which I know is not like, I mean, it's luck of the draw, right? I know that they didn't send me purples on purpose. Last month, I think, I loved the mist color I got. If I was choosing, I might have picked one of the other colors, but it was still a color that I would happily knit with. And I'm excited to use that yarn. And I actually think I might want to make the crochet pattern that came last month, even though my knitting and crocheting is way, way, way backed up. But yeah, I think that this is a lot of fun. This would make a really cool gift. I did ask, and you can't at this point, they don't really have a good way for you to insert a gift message into the package. Because I think if you're going to send it to someone else, it's sort of just, they put the label on and send it. They might already have the bags packed up. But you can reach out to their customer service and see if they can figure anything out for you. Oh, and because I was looking at the patterns, I have chat hidden. Do the wrap, it goes nicely with my dress. Ooh, yeah, actually. It would go pretty nicely. Oh yeah, so I guess this is probably the peach color. This is a pink color. And then this is like the periwinkle. Because so they have 4 shades that are sort of different colors. I think in the artisan crate last month, they had some projects that had 2 different colorways, or had 2 different colors. And so it was sort of like a color work kind of pattern. And what was really cool about it was that there were 8 different colors of the yarn, like 4 different variations of the dark colorway and 4 variations of the lighter colorway. And you would get one of each. So then there would be so many combinations of what you could end up with that I think would be really fun. So if you and a friend both had it, you would most likely in that case end up with absolutely different colorways. Hi and welcome. Yeah, I think that this is a lot of fun. And I know that, I mean, right now the company is sending this to me, but I know that this is the kind of thing that would be a really, really good gift for someone, just because it's a little fun. And I really like the thick cardboard printing. It's just fun. It's fun getting a bright package filled with brightly colored yarn and patterns. You can choose whether or not you want to do the patterns, and that's okay. But it's nice to, sometimes you have yarn and you think, what am I going to make with this? And in this case, you have some inspiration already. And so that's sort of a starting off point where if this pair of socks isn't your favorite, then you can go and look for other similar things. But it can spark an idea of something else you've seen that you want to do. But I don't know, I think that, so I'm not a big sock knitter, but I do think that this pattern is really cool. I've never tried cables in crochet. And so that's just one reason why I am curious. I wonder I'm now really tempted to try a crochet pair of socks because I have no idea how it would stretch or feel. And I'm curious just because I want to know what it would feel like on my feet. So that's just silly. Yeah, sometimes there's one line free in address labels. I see. So someone could leave like a little message on the address label, like when you're filling it out to send to someone. Yeah, that's something that you could do. You could do like instead of like a care of, you could add something on that line. Yeah, this really does sparkle when I move it. It's nice. I'm considering placing an order with the website that they have with their bare yarns that they use, because some of them look kind of cool and I'm kind of curious. Not because I have the capacity to actually be in a KnitCrate or to apply to do that, but I just, it's fun to sort of like think outside of my comfort zone as well. And so, but they also have a fingering weight yarn that is like it's got, I don't know if it's 2-strand or 4-strand, but it's half light strands, half dark. And so I just think that that would be so cool in fingering weight. So I think that that would be really, really cool to dye. And I really, really want to try it. You're off to bed, yeah. But anyway, thank you for joining me as I opened up the March KnitCrate. I think that, you know, the yarns are awesome. I love a little bit of sparkle, and it just so happened that they sent me my favorite color. The patterns that it came with, again, we've got the sock and then the wrap, which as far as lace goes, does not look like a super complicated lace pattern. I haven't looked closer to see the difficulty or anything, but it could be, you know, it's not an advanced pattern. That I can tell you just from glancing at it. But there are short rows and it does have some lace work. So, but it looks like that the pattern repeats are pretty small. So it would be relatively easy to keep track of. And then again, if you're signing up for KnitCrate for the first time, whether it's the KnitCrate membership that I opened today or one of their other services, use the coupon code ChemKnits20 to get 20% off your order. That's a great way to start and try it out. Oh, there's another service actually this month that I almost forgot about. There's a quarterly club. And so they have an Art Yarns quarterly Luxe crate that is $99.99. So it's, you know, $100, but every 3 months you get sent it. And in there, let's see what's in that, because this I didn't see last month. And I think that that looks kind of awesome. So the quarterly crate is about $100, just under $100 every 3 months. So you get renewed on December 1st, March 1st, June 1st, and September 1st. And in there, in the crate, that you get premium and luxurious whole skeins of hand-dyed yarn by Art Yarns, which Art Yarns does yarns with sequins and like beads and really, really incredible stuff. You get one exclusively designed knitting pattern by the knitwear designer Iris Schreier, 1 to 2 notions and some extras. And Art Yarns yarns are gorgeous, but they're expensive because they use really high quality materials. And I mean, I don't think it's easy to get sequins spun into yarn. I've used one skein of Art Yarns yarn in my history, and it was just so sparkly and pretty with the beads and the sequins and everything in it. So I think that that is a real luxury surprise crate. And I don't even see any preview or anything to it. But yeah, I think that that sounds like something that's really special. And so maybe the only reason why I see it now is because since it's March, that's one of the months when they'd ship it. So that maybe it only shows up as an option every 3 months when it becomes available. But that is something that is also looks like it could be worth checking out. You have yet to receive your crate for February. So if you're international, it can take a little longer for it to arrive, but they should send you a tracking number. And if you place an order in February and you have not received a shipping tracking number, reach out to the company and they'll do their best to sort of resolve things for you and to check on it. But I think that someone said in the chat tonight that it took 4 weeks for the crate to ship to Canada. Yeah, so crochet cables are easier than they look. Oh, good. That's good to know. My crochet experience is not as strong as knit. But again, I'm going to drop the coupon code and my link. I am a KnitCrate affiliate. I'm part of their affiliate program, so I do get credit if you make a purchase because of the wonderful information that I'm telling you tonight, if it makes you tempted to try it out. But and so when you do sign up, it is a subscription service. And so on the first of the month of the next month, they will, if you sign up on the last day of March, on the first day of April, they will charge you again for the next month's crate. But, you can always, if you only want 1 month, you can sign up and then you can cancel, and then you won't get you'll get the March crate, but not the following months. So yeah, I think that, you're not locked in for, say, a year or something. It's month to month. And so at any time you can cancel. But I think that once you've paid for the 1 month, you can't cancel the current month. You can only cancel for the next one. But yeah, it's fun, and it's brought like a little bit of brightness to the weather is starting to get gloomy because we're about to get a lot of snow out here. So I'm very, very glad that my KnitCrate arrived. And so, yeah, if I start getting a little antsy with being stuck inside with the weather, I now have some projects here that I can work on with my pretty, pretty purple sparkly yarn. So again, my link is in both the video description and in the chat. If you use the code ChemKnits20, you get 20% off your first subscription. I think if you're going to sign up for more than one, the 20% will probably only apply to one of them. You can only use the code once. So if you wanted to sign up for 2 of the subscriptions, maybe use it on the more expensive one. And then, oh, Pauline, I'm just signing off now. And I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I think that, $25 is a really good price for 2 skeins of hand-dyed yarn, 2 patterns, and that includes shipping. The other crates, like the prices vary, but I've been very happy with everything that I've received so far. And, I think that if, maybe I'm tempted actually to potentially sign up for one of the other ones myself, but I'm curious to see what will show up in April's package. So I hope that you maybe learned a little bit and potentially might want to sign up and try it yourself. And this time, since I'm earlier in the month, the odds of signing up and then receiving it actually in March are greater, especially for those of you where the shipping will take longer. Because, when you're signing up at the end of February, you might get 2 packages back to back. Yeah. But anyway, and I'm excited to see how the live chat replay works this time. That's not something that I've gotten to work yet. So if you're watching the replay, you might be able to see the chat that's going on. But yeah, the replay will be up, so you can rewatch in the morning. I was opening up the March 2018 KnitCrate, and we got 2 skeins of this awesome, what do they call it? Lavender yarn. And we got a crochet sock pattern and a wrap pattern. So I'm really excited, and that I hope that you might consider trying this out for yourself. I've been live. This is, I guess, my 3rd live stream of the day. So I think I'm going to sign off. I don't know if I'm going to do any more unraveling of the sock blanks tomorrow. My arm is feeling a little sore. It wasn't before, but now that it's rested, I'm a little sore. But, based on the weather, stay tuned, and I will set up something early in the morning if I decide to go online and do some unraveling. But otherwise, I will probably do a live stream on Friday where I will work on unraveling more of the sock blanks. So thank you so much for tuning in again for my 3rd stream of the day. And I hope that you'll consider checking out KnitCrate. and and I have to find where my window is so I can tune off, sign off. Okay. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Happy knitting, happy yarn dyeing, and I will chat with you soon. Bye, everyone.